I still remember that day, the day it all changed. Picture this, a bright autumn afternoon at Ravenhill High, where the leaves were turning gold and crimson, and every morning felt like the start of a new beginning. For most kids, it was just high school, but for me, it was my personal battlefield. You see, I wasn't just the new girl, I was a black girl in a predominantly white school, and after my accident, I was in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. Suddenly, I'd gone from being an ordinary teenager to someone everyone pointed at, whispered about, as if I was some sort of experiment gone wrong. As much as I wanted to fly under the radar, that didn't happen. On my first day, I felt like a fish out of water. But I thought, hey, I can do this, just be myself, right? But then reality hit when I met Dylan. Oh, Dylan, he was like the poster child for everything wrong with high school. Tall, athletic, and charming, and somehow a total jerk. He took one look at me wheeling down the hallway and shouted, "Look, everyone, it's the queen of the disabled. How's the view from the bottom?" That sting stuck with me like an uninvited guest. I wish I could say it stopped there, but no, Dylan and his crew made it a sport, blocking wheelchair ramps, laughing when I struggled on uneven pavement, the laughter echoing down the halls. I began to dread the thought of showing up to school every day. Each time I heard them, I felt that all too familiar pit in my stomach, anger mixed with a heavy dose of humiliation. But life had a way of throwing curveballs when you least expected it. One afternoon after my debate club meeting, I thought if I get involved, maybe I could find my place there. It was the parking lot. A perfect scene for the drama that was about to unfold. Dylan and his friends spotted me, and with that same smirk that felt like a knife twisting in my gut, he decided it was showtime. They approached me, and just like that, my heart started racing. "What can't roll away fast enough?" He taunted, lunging forward and grabbing my wheelchair. I couldn't let it happen again. No way. I felt the blood rushing in my ears, my hands gripping the wheels so tightly my knuckles turned white. For a split second, all those years of martial arts training swirled back into focus like a B-movie montage. The discipline, the sparring, the sweat. It clicked. I had trained my mind and my body to fight back no matter the circumstances. "Dylan." I shouted, my voice steady despite the chaos of adrenaline flooding my system. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. Yes, I was in a wheelchair, but I had skills. With an unexpected surge of energy, I pushed myself up the shock clear on every face. Dylan wasn't expecting that. The cocky confidence grew just a hint of hesitation. And just like that, I moved. I leveraged the tilt of my chair, twisting with a fluidity that I didn't even know existed anymore, spinning and landing a calculated kick right to his chest. The whole thing played out in slow motion, every gasp, every "oh my gosh" echoing like a movie scene. Dylan stumbled back, tripping over Tyler, who was too stunned to do anything. It wasn't just self-defense, it was empowerment happening on the asphalt of that parking lot. Zoe, my best friend, caught the whole thing on her phone. That video went viral, and just like that, I was no longer the underdog or the girl in the wheelchair. I became a symbol of resilience. But as I walked or rolled away from that drama, a bitter taste lingered in my mouth. When the principal finally found out about the incident, he acted like it was no big deal. A few hushed conversations, a pat on the back for Dylan, who of course played the victim. Just some little tiffs among kids, right? But the internet had other plans. As the video made its rounds, every school district news outlet picked it up, and soon there was public outrage. Parents, teachers, and advocacy groups rallied to demand accountability from the school. It forced them to take a long, hard look at bullying, at their approach, and ultimately at their students' rights. And that's when it hit me. Why did it take violence for anyone to listen? I mean, shouldn't respect be a given? Not something you have to earn through confrontation. I felt immense gratitude for the support, but a sense of anger washed over me. I shouldn't have had to fight back for people to recognize me as strong. Wasn't that what they should have seen all along? Leaving that school wasn't just about escaping the past. It represented a fight against so many things that needed changing. And yes, while I became somewhat of a poster child for disability rights, I realized how much more work was out there to be done. The story didn't just end with my moment of triumph. As I sit here talking to you, I want you to think about this. What does it take for us to recognize someone's strength? Why do we dismiss those who seem different or struggle? I want to hear from you. Have you faced bullying or have you witnessed it? What steps do you think we should take to create a world where everyone feels respected and valued? I believe we can spark some meaningful conversations together. So drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's make this a discussion about power, the struggle for respect, and how we can stand up for each other no matter what. Because if my story taught me anything, it's that empowerment often begins in the most unlikely places. And that strength is found in every single one of us, no exceptions.